What up YouTube, Last Planeswalker here, and this is a little bit different. We are looking at our arena this time. The reason why we're looking at arena is spoiler season started in Puzzle Quest for the new set, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Is that there is one card, let's try and get them up, Railway Brawler. It is 5 mana, reach, trample, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, put X 1/1 counters on it, where X is its power. Now, this card is going to be insane if it comes into Puzzle Quest, because Puzzle Quest has a lot of token generators, like Fopter's network, so start turn you making 4 Fopters, which are 1/1, so when the first one comes in, it becomes a 2/2, second one comes in, it becomes a 3/3, and so on, so it goes really big. So having this in Puzzle Quest would be insane. But speculation time. How will plot work? So plot in paper is you pay 4 mana, so 3 normal, 1 green. You exile the card, and then you cast it as a sorcery on a later turn without paying its mana cost. Plot only as a sorcery. Now, it works similar to Foretell and Foretold. How Foretold works in Puzzle Quest is you exile the card from anywhere, library, grave, or hand, and then you make a token support with X amount of shields where X is the Foretell cost. So let's say plot was Foretell, for example. This is a 4 mana, so you would exile it from your hand or anywhere, and you'll have a 4 shield Foretell token. When that is destroyed, you then get this card in your hand for free in Puzzle Quest. But plot doesn't work like that. You're not exiling this. You have to pay mana to exile the card, and then you get it for free. So I'm wondering, is the new plot mechanic where you will pay the mana, that you have to store the mana for 4. So if this card has 4 mana, you can exile it, and then once you exile it, you can play it, then it comes back to your hand on another turn. Because plot is a later turn, so once you put it into your exile, you can't pay that turn. So maybe in Puzzle Quest, you will pay 4 mana to exile this card. So if this card has 4 mana, exile it. This card will leave your exile after 1 turn, and you can pay again without paying its mana cost. That will be pretty insane as a mechanic. I don't think it could work like, maybe it work like Foretell. So cast this card for 4 mana, and it will create a 4 mana 4 shield. I don't know, because it's a similar mechanic to Foretold, but you can't have it destroyed that turn. So on Foretold, you could basically exile the card, then run mass conversion, and if you can destroy that spot in the same turn you cast it, you get a free Foretell card. Whereas this can only be played a later turn, so maybe you pay 4 mana to exile it. So if this card has 4 mana, you can exile it and play it and return it from the exile after 1 turn, which would be kind of fun, you know. Lock it down, charge it, exile it when it's reached the condition, then play the cards you want, and the next turn it will return from the exile to your hand with 3 mana. Then you can recast it. So if you've already got 1 on the board, you can play it again next turn, and then it will get its buff, I think. Because in paper they don't stack. You can't, only tokens really stack, but 2 creatures don't stack. They go next to each other, so there is a little bit of leeway. So maybe it will work like that. I'm not too sure, but the reason why I want to showcase this in paper before it comes to Puzzle Quest is really how strong this card is. So in this deck we have Cactus Shot, so that's going to come into the battlefield as a 4/4 with Rhino on the board. That's become an 8/8. Slime Against Humanity, which we do have in Puzzle Quest. Create a 0/0 ooze token with trample, put X 1/1 counters on it, where X is 2 plus the number of total cards you own in exile and in your grave that oozes, or a named slime. So if you already have a 5/5 on the board, and you make another one that's going to become a 5/5, whatever it gets, it's going to get +5 because of Rhino. So the token's going to get big. We have a few other token creators. We have a cheap Ankle Biter, 1 mana. That's going to enter the battlefield as a 2/2 with Death Touch. That's kind of fun. Where's my... Oh, I've got Raoul's Reinforcements. This create two 1/1 blue red elemental tokens for 2 mana. That's gonna be quite entertaining because when one enters the board, it becomes a 2/2. So you're getting two 2/2 elemental tokens when Rhino's on the battlefield for only 2 mana, which is quite decent. So all these cards are really going to stack one another. The other spells in this deck are just basically draw and removal. These are the biggest ones. A token, a token. This one will be quite interesting because this is from the new set, so this will be quite interesting in Puzzle Quest. Reach, War 2, get it compliment on your turn. Other creatures control with power 4, again, trample and haste until end of turn. That will be kind of fun in Puzzle Quest because if you can get that down for, so it'll be red green, 4 mana, uncommon. It's quite powerful in Puzzle Quest, especially since you could stack a lot of cards. We've got Ren's Resolve, just cast things free. Shock. Funny enough, the artwork for Shock is the same artwork for the the Goblin. Is it Goblin? It's the token that Commander Guff makes. The Wizard Detective Wizard token that makes is a 1/2 in Puzzle Quest, and when you match activate red gems, converts X to mana, where X is that creature's power. So it's quite cool that a lot of these artworks from paper are in Puzzle Quest for different reasons. So this artwork for Shock is for that token. Do I have any other? Yeah, we've got Dance of the Tumbleweeds, another card that I'm quite excited for when if it comes into Puzzle Quest. It's got Spree, so I don't understand how. I think Spree may work similar to Convoke, so not Convoke. It's that ability where you can like charge more mana in your hand. So it's a 1/2, so it's a 2 mana spell. If it's got 3 mana, you can search library for a basic land or desert card, put into your battlefield and shuffle. If it's got 3 mana, you can then create an X green elemental where X is a land card to control. That would be powerful in Puzzle Quest anyways, because until rotation you have the Domamarian lands that don't reinforce. Plus, Blossom Tortoise can fetch lands from the grave, so if this is in Puzzle Quest, that'd be kind of like a really good way to make a beefy token. Spree does is one or more additional costs, so if you have 5 mana, I think you can do both effects. So I'll be quite excited to see how Spree works in Puzzle Quest. And then we've got obviously Clear Shot. Target creature gains +1/+1 turn, deals damage equal to its power target creature you don't control. It's also green. If this is from the new set, and I love this artwork. If this actually comes into Puzzle Quest, it'd be a good removal for green, because green is lacking removal. So having one that's going to give your creatures a +1/+1 and then dealing damage, it's going to be pretty fun. And then we've got lands and everything. So let's jump into gameplay. Oh, actually, no, before we jump into gameplay, there is a new land, Desert. When it enters battlefield tapped, when Bristol enters battlefield, deals 1 damage to target opponent, add green or red. Now, I would really like it if these lands transition to Puzzle Quest with that effect. So, Blossom Tortoise again, if you fetch a land like this, and it's going to enter the battlefield and deal 1 damage to your opponent, fetching a land that can deal 1 damage to Greg is kind of fun, especially with Blossom Tortoise fetching in multiple lands. So, if you run a green land deck with a lot of these lands, then every time a land hits the battlefield, you could do like 3 or 4 damage if you cast 3 or 4 of these lands, which I hope this does transition. So that's the basic deck. Let's jump into the arena match. I will admit, I have only just started this profile because I did have another profile which was more advanced, but I was struggling to understand the game, so I deleted it and started from scratch, which means at the moment I am stuck on bot matches till I do the colours, Trial of Colours, which I really hate Trial of Colours. It's such a boring tutorial that's very mundane, but I'll get it completed eventually. So the moment we're versing Sparky, which is the bot. So keep 7. Ankle Biter, I really do like Ankle Biter. A 1/1 for Death Touch is just cute. Okay, they've got a flying 1/1. So we're going to drop in a forest, then drop in ankle biter. Bite my ankles, boy! Or as Woody from Toy Story would say, there's a snake in my boot. Okay, I really don't like flyers because we need reach, so we're going to put a mountain. Galvanize. Now we're going to use shock, and we're going to get rid of one of the flyers. That one. And then since that's destroyed, we can take a pot shot at our opponent. What's this? What can I cast? Hard hitting question. Yeah. That's. Oh, there you go. That's just going to deal damage to opponent based on my creature's power. It's just a good little removal in Arena. I really do like the. Oh, he's running a blue deck. Not a good sign because blue decks are really annoying to face because they all have like control and fire. Okay. We're going to use Lift Romic Barrage to deal 1 damage. Oh no, it deals 5. Wait, why are you dealing 5? Deal 1 attack. It deals. Oh, yeah, because it's a blue deck. Okay, we'll do another attack. Hoping to pull Rhino next turn. Just so we can start seeing what Rhino looks like. If not, I can stall. I'm very good at stalling because the opponent is very slow. We'll use this to counter. Galvanize. Oh no, because yeah, it's still on. Sorry, I'm still learning. It's still on the stack, so it's going to scry. Then we can then cast Galvanize. Target Mr. Octopus. It'll deal 3 damage, and he'll still get to scry because of the stack. And then we've got another Galvanize. Just stall a little bit, see if we can pull into a Rhino, because the biggest showcase here is Rhino. Octaflant, Resolve. We will Galvanize again. We got to keep control. And now this is the reason why also I did start the game again. I was not building decks last time, where it was had this level of control. Okay, flip coin, any target, create treasure, draw a card. Cool. We'll just deal 1 to Greg. Well, Sparky in this case. Giant Grove, target creature gets for free. No, we don't need that at the moment. No attacks. End turn. Although giving Giant Grove to Ankle Biter is just evil. Okay, when a creature flying in spot field, it gains +1/+1. That is not good. Red path. Hopefully we draw a Rhino this turn. No, we draw a Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Can we do that? Autopay? Yes, Dance of the Tumbleweed. So we got 2 lands, so it comes in as a 4/4. Yeah, 4/4 token, no attacks. Let's see what Sparky's got up its sleeve. Barrage again. We'll get rid of this one because it's got the highest thing. Sorry, Sparky. Let's next. Let's be kind to Sparky. To Fairy. No attacks. I really love that sticker. In turn, we're just going to stall for a little bit till we draw into Rhino. Stalling against Sparky is quite a useful tactic. My turn. Flick a coin. It's going to help us draw, so let's get rid of that. Another land, which we can cast because we haven't got any lands this turn. Next, no attacks. End turn. We're just going to stall till we can get Rhino in, because Rhino's such a good card. And it's probably going to be one of the strongest in Puzzle Quest if they do transition it, because I do know that a lot of cards in paper don't always get put into Puzzle Quest, I don't think. So hopefully it does come in, because if it comes in, I will probably chase it like no tomorrow. Because having a green card, especially with the new Planeswalker Lord Windgrace, who are you going to tie up? Resolve. Oh, my token. Well, that's rubbish. Resolve. Yeah, Lord Windgrace makes 2/2 cat tokens. So that'd be quite interesting to have a token generator Planeswalker with green with this card, because then you're going to make some really evil. Oh, go into the battlefield. Yeah, you're going to make some really big kitties that deal. They're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And any creature that gets bigger in Puzzle Quest is just going to be fun, especially if you can come with a Giant Sleepwalker in Puzzle Quest. If you have this Rhino and you combine it with, I think it's Cavalier. It's the white mythic that when it enters the battlefield, each creature gains X+X, where X is the amount of creatures with flying, I think it is. I haven't worked out how to do like side by side yet. Ooh, Slime Against Humanity. I'm going to cast that in a minute. To cast it now. Come on, Slimy. Yeah, so with that, your creatures are going to get buff, 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 buff. Then if you have a token generator that already has, like, let's say, 6/6 buff, then when the next token comes in, it's even if it's a 1/1, it's going to get +6 again, so it'll be a 13/13, which is why Rhino will probably be one of the most powerful creatures in Standard if they do transition it. Now, I'm wondering maybe they might put like X per turn onto it, because if you can loot with tokens, it's going to get big. I'm hoping they don't put X plus per turn, because it wouldn't be, my opinion, worth it. Resolve. Okay, we're not drawing Rhino. It's the annoying part of Arena. I never seem to draw the cards I want. Another land, Rugged Highlands. I'm getting a lot of land. Like, that's the best thing. I'm getting a lot of mana. Not cancel attacks, because I don't want to attack just yet. End turn. Okay, come on. Next turn, Rhino. 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 I do need to craft more Rhinos. I haven't got enough wild cards at the moment. Wild cards in Arena are basically like booster crafting in Puzzle Quest. Every time you get a certain amount of cards. Oh, there we go. See? You can just craft cards you need. So wild cards is fun, and I might try and save up to put more Rhinos in my deck, because I like tokens and I like creatures getting bigger, so having a Rhino that's going to make bigger and bigger, it's going to be fun. Anyways, let's see if we can talk to Sparky. Hello. It would be so fun if we could talk to Greg. Okay, land again. Right, we're not getting the cards we want. This is not good. Next. No attacks. So at this moment in time, we have enough mana to cast the Rhino. We just need the Rhino. What's this one? Entrained creature gains +1/+1. Resolve. A 1/6 turtle is not really a threat, because I am on 21 health, so it's not going to deal me much damage. Again, another land. This is just going to be a video where I'm just stalling and talking about Arena, which is not good. Pass. We could end it next turn with the amount of mana we've got. Flying. Let it enter the battlefield. And then we can cast Plummet. Destroy target creature with flying. There we go. My turn. Rhino. No, we got Shock. Wait, yeah. We got Shock, and we've got the alternative art style of Shock as well. I don't know why I've got both. I'm going to put Growth on Ankle Biter, just because might as well do something. Next. Oh, Jesus. I forgot to click attack, so My bad. It's not good. 11. Sparky at the moment has got 12 islands on the board, so that's a lot of land. Let's see, what does Tumbleweed do again? Search the library for base land that does carpet on the battlefield. Create an X green token where X is the number of lands you control. I control a lot of lands, so let's see if Turtle gets. Oh, it's gonna get blocked by my slime. That's not too bad. I was hoping it would get blocked by my ankle biter, just so I can get rid of the turtle. Plus, we can do like 2 infinity and beyond. Alright, now you can attack. Rubbish. And another forest. Next. How many lands have we got? 4. We got too many lands. And no rhino. Okay, this video is not going the way I wanted it to go. I want it to be nice, relax, showcase rhino. Getting demolished. Oh, we've got Ral's reinforcements. Let's just add more tokens. There we go, some nice tokens. Next. No attacks. Yes, and turn. And turn. So you can see why Arena, judging by this, is a lot more difficult to play compared to Puzzle Quest. Getting the cards you need is a lot longer. You sometimes have to stall. I could pretty much win this game right now with what I've got on the field. But because I'm waiting for Rhino, it's taking a little bit longer. Ankle Biter again. I will admit, let me just load up Ankle Biter. I do like the art style for Ankle Biter, the little snake. There's a snake in my boot. I tell you what, that wouldn't be really scary if toys did come alive when we weren't looking. I have 2 kids and they have a lot of toys. I can't imagine them running around my house while I'm asleep. Right. Flying is not very good. We can block the other 2. Barrage. Just get rid of the flying for now because we can block everything else. Yes. I tell you what would be quite interesting in Puzzle Quest if they put counter spells that can be countered. Like Flash. So if your opponent casts, like, let's say a Void Rend in Puzzle Quest, you could flash out a card that's going to stop the spell. I would like to see that. It would make Flash more useful, because at the moment a lot of Flash cards is just like creatures or spells that make tokens or something. Whereas if you had like a card that was like Flash, stop spell, if your opponent casts a spell, stop it. It'd probably be a little bit annoying against Greg in Puzzle Quest, especially if you're going to cause like Void Rend and he's got a 10/10 Vorinclex on the board, and you go to destroy it with Void Rend and Greg's able to flash out a counter spell. I would cry and get frustrated, but it would make Flash a little bit more entertaining, a little bit more challenging. Right, if Rhino doesn't come out in the next 2 turns, I'm just going to swing, destroy Sparky. We'll call it quits and just pretend we saw the Rhino. We have enough lands, we have enough stuff to win. Oh, here we go. Exile the top 2 cards of your library, and then you can play them that turn. Okay, we have another Ren's Resolve and a Clear Shot. Come on. Okay, Slime Against Humanity. We're going to cast it just because it's nice to have more slimes on the board. There you go. Next. Okay, that was a good draw. No attacks. And turn. Come on, let me draw the Rhino. Pass. Okay, this is the last turn. If we don't draw a Rhino, I'm just going to cry. Target creature, growth, spark. Deal it to Sparky himself. Cool. Then Next turn, we're just going to swing for the win. No attacks. End turn. Opponent has a lot of cards in his hand and a lot of mana that he's not using. Now, if this is a real player, you'd probably be doomed at this point. Okay, mountain. Next. No. Darn it. I should have... See, I'm playing mobile at the moment because my PC, can't handle the software for OBS, so I have to play mobile, so it runs smoothly, looks decent, but I am just not very good at pressing the right button. So we'll just try that with Strangle. There we go. Oh, Sparky's upset that I did that. Next. My attack phase. All attacks. 6 attacks. Goodnight Vienna. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Return. Oh, I was not expecting. How many unsummons are you going to use? Okay. Now, we've still got 1, 2, 3 damage going in. Okay, 3 damage going in. End turn is better than no damage. We stalled long enough. We're not drawing Rhino. Let's just defeat your opponent and hope that maybe we do one more match and we draw Rhino. Okay, Strangle. Next. All attacks again. Just because we're going to keep swinging and swinging because this video is going to go on for like 5 hours at this rate. End turn. Just watch, so I get to like 1 health of our opponent and I pull the Rhino's last card as I go to all attack. Let's see. Strategically, Sparky's quite enough. Yes, we pulled the Rhino. Okay. Last time we pulled Rhino. We're gonna just cast him for his cost. Okay, Rhino comes in as a 5/5. We have enough mana, so we're gonna cast Rousing Reinforcements. It will trigger the Rhino. They're gonna come in as 2/2s. Yep, they come in as 2/2s. We have Dance of the Tumbleweeds. We're going to use its +3 and its +1 ability. Pay 5. Auto pay because we have enough mana to do this. We'll go for a green. Submit. And that comes, as you see, it came in as a 15/15 and got 15/1/1 counters. So we've now got a 30/30 elemental thanks to Mr. Rhino, which is why Real World Brawler is going to be such a cool card to have in Standard. Okay, so let's see what happens. Who are you going to... Oh, you son of a gun, he's got rid of my 30/30. Not all enormous beasts are quick. Okay, now we're in the end game. But enchant creature against +1/+1. That's fine. We've got Strangle to get rid of stuff. We've got Reach. Rhino's got Reach. So Rhino, even with Reach, Trample, and its ability, makes it a very good utility card in Arena and in Puzzle Quest. Having something with Reach is just going to be fun. You gain 1 life. I like my life. Strangle to this. And then all attacks. 6 attacks. Whatever he blocks is still a lot of damage is going to go through. Right, he's on 1 health. Next turn, I believe he's going to attack me with both of his turtles because I've got no blockers, which means next turn we can swing for win. Cool. I'm hoping to get another. Oh, we got Ankle Biter. So Ankle Biter again is going to come in as a 2/2 because of Railway Brawler. There you go, it's a 2/2. All attack, 5 tags. Good night, Vienna. There we go. Nice job. You're welcome, Sparky. So even though it took a long time to get it, Railway Brawler is an insanely powerful card. That Elemental came in as a 15/15 because of the lands. We probably won't get it that high in Puzzle Quest because I don't think it's possible to have 15 lands on the board at one time unless we use the Dominari lands that don't reinforce, which would be kind of interesting if we didn't. But if we could get a 15/15 on the board, then it's going to get 15/15 because of the Brawler. So having any effect in Puzzle Quest that's going to make a creature massive is really useful. We do have a few creatures in standard that double. No, we have a support and a creature in standard right now that can double the power and toughness of a creature, but sometimes they run until end of turn or during combat. So it's like during combat, get this effect, end of turn it goes away. But having something that gives it a permanent +1/+1 buff based on its power is gonna be probably break standard if you can do a lot of token generations. With Lord Windgrace, for example, being red, black, green, you could have Brawler and the new Javeler from Battle for the Ages, which every time you cast a spell makes a 1/1 Devil token. So if you have that with a lot of spells, then you're going to make very huge Devil tokens that are going to swing and hit Greg for an insane amount of damage. So I'm hoping we get more arena videos on the go. I hope that's good enough showcase for Brawler. And I'm curious how Spree and Plot's gonna work. I think Spree may work like the charge mana system. So if this card is 2 mana and you charge it with 3, you can cast it with the 3 mana effect. If the spell has full mana, then you can cast it and have both the effects trigger, which would be quite powerful. I'm hoping Plot works where you can, if a card has X amount of mana, you exile it with X amount of mana, and it will return to your hand at the beginning of your next turn with full mana. That'll be a really good way to incorporate Spree. So if you Plot, so if you have Brawler down and it has 8 mana, you exile it from your hand, then the next turn is going to return to your hand with full mana. It keeps in line with the theme that's coming out on a later turn, so you could then use it the next turn to charge your creatures or have a way to bring more creatures into the field. Either way, if Rhino comes into play, it's going to be one of the most fun creatures in Standard. There is a lot more powerful creatures from the new Thunder Junction. I don't have a lot of spells and creatures from Thunder Junction yet because it's just came out on Arena. But there is a lot I'm excited for transition into Puzzle Quest. Let me just format legal Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which has a really cool sign. So we have like one Griffin. When it dies, you create a red mercenary token, which could be fun. We have Shepherd, which when it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card with mana. So return that card from your graveyard to your hand, return that battlefield so you control the mount. I haven't messed around with mount yet, so I'm curious how mount's going to work. I haven't got any mount cards yet, I don't think. Then obviously you got Spree. See, Spree seems to be only a spell thing, so that's gonna be entertaining. When Spree attacks, target creature gains -3/-3. In Puzzle Quest, that could be a fun little ability. Loan Shark, love the Loan Shark art. If you cast 2 or more spells this turn, draw a card. Again, Plot. So if this card was 4 mana, exile it, comes by next turn. Full mana. Awaken. Target player draws 3 cards, loses 3 life. Again, maybe a spell with charged mana. So if this card is charged with 2 mana, you search a library card. If it's charged with 5 mana, target player draws a card and loses life. Yeah, Vault Plunder could be fun. I read that card wrong. Enters battlefield, creature gets -2 on turn. That's Flash. It could be an interesting Flash card. I'm seeing we don't got any mount cards. Thunder Salvo. When Thunder Salvo deals X damage to a creature, where X is 2 plus number of the spells you cast its turn. If that does come into Puzzle Quest, that'd be really good with Ral, because Ral is a very good spell walker. Do I have any mounts? I'm trying to see if I've got any mounts. Let's search. Oops, spelled mount wrong. Mount. Let's see. Tap target non-mount creature. Oh, here we go. Creature sheep mount saddle. Tap any number of creatures control with total power or less. This creature becomes saddled until end of turn. Saddled only as a sorcery. When it attacks while saddled, create a 1/1 white sheep. Sheep. Bear. So saddle may work similar to crow. So when it tap any number of creatures control with total power. Now the game does have tap. Puzzle Quest has tap now. So when a creature attacks, it becomes tapped. So maybe they're going to, which is a weird mechanic because it has summon sickness, unless it has haste, so it doesn't do anything unless it's enter the battlefield. But now when a creature attacks, they become tapped. So I'm wondering if they're going to expand it where you can now forcefully tap a creature instead of when it attacks, which would be quite of a cool mechanic if they do. So instead of a creature attacking, it becomes tapped. You can now forcefully tap the creature, which would then work with saddles. So you will then tap 2 creatures you control to give this card tapped, and then when it attacks, it'll create a white sheep. Kind of difficult to pull off in Puzzle Quest of only having 3 spots, but maybe you tap 2 tokens and then thrown from the saddle. Instead, if it's a mount, beaver mount. So you tap 3 creatures. Whenever it attacks or saddled, put 1 count attack creature saddled this turn. Yeah, it's when the Gitrog deals combat display, may sacrifice creatures that's saddled this turn. If you do, draw X cards and X lands cards from your hand the battlefield tapped, where X is the sacrifice cower. Tap any number of creatures you control with total power of 1 or more. This mount becomes saddled. Kind of interesting how saddle's going to work. This card itself, it does look kind of fun for putting X-Lands cards from your hand onto the battlefield. So yeah, there is a lot of interesting things in Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and how that's going to work in Puzzle Quest, I'm excited to see. Spree and Plot seems the easiest to implement. Saddled doesn't, unless they do expand the mount system. I mean, not the mount. Expanded tap system, so you can forcefully tap creatures. With only having 3 creature slots, having saddle effects may not work. It might work similar to Crew, so you can then give creatures with 1/1 +1/+1 saddle, or give your own creature saddle something. I don't know. I'm curious how saddled will work. So this is all the time I've got for. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more arena videos, then a like would be appreciated. I am going to try and expand more with arena when I get more cards, and I actually say this very unenthusiasm. Finally beat Colours of Magic to unlock versing players, because when I get to first players, you get to see how bad I really am at this game. So I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all next time.